Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of That's So Matthew. Today, I am so excited to be talking about a super fun film with a super fun friend. We've got Norah on the podcast for the first time. Say hi.
Hi, guys.
And today, we're talking about Pitch Perfect. And I'm so excited.
Me too.
This was the first time I'd ever seen the movie, which is kind of crazy if you think about it, because I feel like this is such an iconic.
It really is. It's honestly a crime, I think, that you actually haven't seen it yet. Or before last night.
Well, yeah, before last night. And I can't believe, where has this movie, like, I know the soundtrack, like, I've listened to the soundtrack, I've just never watched it, which I think makes it better. But it was actually really good. And me and Nora have been planning this episode for literally, like, 5 months, I think, at least. And I'm like so excited because it's like this is like my first episode back from my little break that I took because I'm just too busy and I didn't care about the podcast. So LOL.
LOL.
But yeah, so Pitch Perfect, honestly, jumping right into it, is a 2012 American comedy film directed by Jason Moore. And it is based off of a book, which I did not know until like the credit scene. Yes.
That's crazy.
The book is called Pitch Perfect: The Quest for Collegiate Acapella Glory.
Wow.
And I did not know that, but I think that is so fun. I didn't know it until like the end credits when it was like based off of the book by, and I was like, oh.
Crazy.
And it follows a group of an all-girl a cappella group, the Barnum Bellas, as they compete to win nationals. So, you are an a cappella group member, so like you have the full experience.
I was in Ladies Night, which was a all treble female a cappella group, and then I got moved to nightclub this year, so that's a whole different drama. But like, yes, enjoyed my time with Ladies Night. It's like Pitch Perfect is the film when you are in an a cappella group. Like, your life is basically based around this movie. We watched it before like every performance. So I've seen it a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, how many times do you guys watch this movie, like, as an a cappella group?
Oh my gosh. I mean, as an a cappella group, we watched it before ICHSA, which is like our big competition that we do in February. And if we had advanced, we probably would have kept watching the other movies. Like, I know Nightclub advanced and they watched the first, second, and third one, even though the third one sucks.
I have yet to decide if I want to talk about the third one on the podcast because I've not heard one good thing about it.
It shouldn't exist.
That's so fun. It came out on September 24th, which as at a premiere, and then October 5th as like in theaters, which is great. And yeah, honestly, I think we can just get right into it with Anna Kendrick's character. Anna Kendrick, first off, love her.
Who doesn't love Anna Kendrick, though? I mean,
Into the Woods, which I talked about on the podcast like 3 months ago.
Yeah, she was great. She's great in everything. I don't think I've ever seen her in something I didn't like her in.
No, exactly. She's such an icon. I love her so much. Her character, Becca, not gonna lie, at first I was kind of like, this is Anna Kendrick, and I'm not feeling the vibes. But then, like, later in the movie, I like started liking her more.
Yeah, in the beginning, she's just kind of like really bitchy, and like she's getting like a free college education, and she doesn't even care. I was like, that's kind of not cool of you. But she gets way better throughout the film, I think.
Yeah, and she has her little internship with like the radio station, which kind of gets her going, and she makes all the mixes for the group, like the arrangements.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Becca's definitely a character I think that you need to grow on, or that grows on you.
And no, she definitely grew on me. She also has like this slight love plot line.
Yeah, the one with Jesse. I think it's really cute. I think that they're really good together.
Yeah, I think they're a cute bunch. I feel like an old lady, a cute bunch.
Becca's a good character, but I feel like if anybody else played her, I wouldn't like Becca.
I agree. And I also think just Anna Kendrick is just like the like a most amazing person ever. So like that kind of has to do a lot with it. But also, okay, the one scene where they're like at the regionals and she adds in Bulletproof on top of what they're singing.
Yeah.
Instant cringe. I'm sorry.
I know. It's so cringy. Like, why? All the 2000s like lingo and references in Pitch Perfect, like I'd completely forgotten about until I watched it again last night, and I was like, ooh. Like
Yeah,
when like that's totes amazing. I was like, ooh, that's not
totes.
no.
No, I just think that it's so funny because then you have like the whole thing with just like her adding in that one song and everyone's just kind of looking at her like, what are you doing? But like, okay, it sounded good. It's just cringy because she just kind of started doing it without just like telling anyone.
Yeah, it was weird.
I feel like if that happened in real life, that would not fly whatsoever.
If someone had done that at my ICHSA competition, we would have like killed her. They would have been dead.
Yeah, but the final mix where they add in Don't You Forget About Me from the Breakfast Club is like my fave.
Yeah, no. Their last performance is honestly just like it's mind blowing. It's so good.
But yeah, it's definitely my favorite.
Mhm.
Rebel Wilson's character, Fat Amy, she's a time.
Yeah, I think she's one of the more entertaining characters. I mean, I always have a lot of fun watching her. I mean, she was also the only good part about the third movie. Like the entire third movie sucked, except for her.
I mean, Fat Amy, okay, the only thing that I will not lie that like I didn't enjoy like the most is like the whole like stereotype fat, like she knows she's fat. She doesn't want people calling her fat because you know what? I think it's like I get this came out 10 years ago, but like for me, I just feel like I'm kind of sick of that language.
Yeah, I understand that. Like looking back on it from a 2022 perspective, it's like, ooh, I don't know if that was like the best decision, but also, yeah, it was like 2012, and I don't know.
Especially because I feel like Rebel Wilson was hot then and now, even after the weight loss.
Yeah, honestly, I think she looks great either way. You know?
That's what I agree. I just felt like that was like the one thing that I was like, didn't like too much care about the character because I feel like it kind of became the point where like the only thing that they ever talked about was her being fat.
Yeah, that's a that's a good point.
And I feel like we just got to look past that. You know, it is 2022. It was not in this movie, but like still, just like I feel like,
I think she definitely has a lot more character development in the second movie.
yeah, I like her in the second movie as well, but she also has a very interesting plot line in that movie, which I'll talk about when I talk about that movie.
Yeah.
Um, they also smash the window. I remember that. And they arrest Becca and Fat Amy together. Dynamic duo. I just think that Rebel Wilson is so funny, and her character in this movie was like definitely not my favorite. I definitely think Becca was my favorite, but she had so many good standout moments to the point where like obviously like I can't not like her.
Yeah. I think she I think her character definitely adds a lot to the movie, and it definitely would not have been as popular if she wasn't in there.
Yeah, she also just made it like less serious. Like the movie I feel like had some serious like moments, but then you'd have like Rebel Wilson come in and like break the tension.
Yeah, definitely.
Um Anna Camp is Audrey, who is like the uptight leader of the Bellas, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of loved her.
I disagree. I really hate Aubrey. I hate her so much.
I call her Audrey. Oopsies.
Audrey.
I think it's
I
Aubrey, but I think I called her Audrey, but it's Aubrey. And yeah, I kind of liked her. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just Anna Camp.
maybe. I don't know. I just even after she like does her whole revelation and lets Becca take over the Bellas, I just like I've never liked her. I can't with that with her. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't like the way that she acts. I don't love her character. I understand that she was like necessary to the movie, and it definitely there was a lot of plot centered around her, but I don't know. I guess I just never loved her as a character.
Wow. Now I feel like shitty for saying this, but I was like, I thought that like she was kind of fun. Like
I mean,
I think that like she was one of the better characters, and I don't know why. I just like enjoyed her character. Maybe because like I'm kind of like the uptight person.
I think she's well developed. I think you can definitely tell that she has what her intentions are and why she is the way she is. So I think she's a well-developed character. I just don't like her.
That is fair enough. I will let that one slide actually. But Brittany Snow's character is the other leader, which is Chloe, who I didn't like hate, but I didn't love. So she's like the friendly leader. And I was like, okay.
You know what? I love Chloe.
Complete opposite. LOL.
I don't know. I love the shower scene. It's like one of my favorites ever. It's
That is
just
a good, very good scene.
so funny every time. Um, I love the way she just like approaches Becca, and I don't know. I think she really adds to the film.
Yeah, I think the thing about her is like she just adds in, like she like breaks the tension. The shower scene is amazing. I will not lie. I think that it is one of my favorite scenes that I from the movie. And I just think that like she's just silly. She's just kind of like in a silly, goofy mood all the time. And I kind of think that it's hilarious.
Yeah. hmm I mean, I think she's a less well-developed character than some of the other ones, but I do think she's a good addition.
Yeah, and then we also have her nodes like plot line.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That was funny because they like
Yeah.
used her vocal damage for her to sing the bass notes.
Yeah. I think that's good. I mean, I would being in an all-female a cappella group, hitting those bass notes are really important because those are the things that make you, move on. They make you like progress uh in competitions because that's what the judges look for.
Yeah.
Maybe not as much now as they used to when a cappella was probably just getting started, but I think that those bass notes are definitely really important, and like having her hit those, I think is a really good side plot line. I don't know, I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it was a funny like plot line that she has like vocal nodes, but then she hits the bass notes and then they win. So
Yeah.
I love how on like in the synopsis it says Chloe's new ability to hit the bass notes contributes to a fuller, more dynamic sound in the performance. A fuller, more dynamic sound, which is probably true. I don't know that much about acapella, but I know that I have mad respect for anyone who does acapella. So mad respect for Norah.
Yay.
Um, we have Stacy, who is basically just always horny.
Yeah. You know what? I love Stacey. I think she's great. Um maybe it's because I'm a lesbian. I don't know. Um she's just I don't know. I think she's funny. I like I don't know, I just like everything about her.
No, I think that she's so like just fun and just different of like
Yeah.
a character. And yeah, she's also like advertised, like I was doing some research as like the sexy soprano. And I was like, okay, kind of love. She's just so funny. She's just a fun add-in. Like out like the next character, Esther Dean's character, Cynthia Rose, is kind of just like not
There.
my fave. Yeah, just kind of there. And I feel like I kind of was sick of like the gay jokes.
Yeah. Yeah, it felt a little homophobic. Just like
I
the
wasn't
whole
a fan.
I don't think her character inherently was supposed to be homophobic, but like the way people treated her in
Welcome
the
to
film.
America.
Yeah, true.
I got called a slur at work on Monday.
Oh god.
And it was the 4th of July. I was like, happy 4th of July. And I got
Great.
called a slur.
Wonderful. That's so
Shout
fun.
out to that straight white boy in the green shirt. I remember you. Yeah. So I don't know. I thought that it was kind of like between that and the fat jokes. I was kind of like there was some good humor in here, but there was other stuff that I could have done without.
Yeah. I agree. I don't know. I thought the joke about her being gay like the whole time was just like, why?
The
Why?
first time, maybe I'll give it to you, it wasn't that bad. And then after a while, I was kind of like, oh.
Yeah, I was like getting repetitive. I'm like, you can joke about
Or
something
like
else.
I don't, this is gonna sound bad. I don't remember if this was the first or the second movie, but there was like a joke and they like made a joke about being gay. And then Fat Amy was like, whoop, there it is.
Oh yeah, that was the first one. That one was kind of funny.
That was funny. I was
I
gonna say that's
chuckled
the
at
only
that.
one. That was funny.
I think the rest of it was just like though. Like it didn't necessarily need to be in there.
Yeah, for sure. We've got Lily's character. She's basically just quiet and shy, but she's the
Yeah,
beatboxer, so she adds in some
that's
fun
true.
jazz.
I mean, love beatboxers. Shout out to Melanie May, the beatboxer for Ladies Night. She's never gonna listen to this, but you slay. Um, yeah, beatboxers are so important to acapella groups, and I think that having her learn beatboxing from the one treble tones dude was kind of funny.
Yeah, I also love the name of the groups in these movies. Like
Yeah. hmm
the Bellas. Well, that one's not as iconic, but like the treble tones is, I think, very iconic.
Very true. Um, I feel like I know like a lot of groups that use treble in their name.
Yeah, I feel like the treble makers is like a really common one.
Yeah, troublemakers. I don't know. I feel like they did that in Glee too. Or no,
Yeah,
that was the treble tones when the girls split off and made their own group.
yes, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Let's see. We've got like Denise, who is just kind of like there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jessica, who's just bubbly and fun.
Yeah. They're
Uh,
kind of just like there and they get like mentioned a couple times throughout the movies. But it's always in like a we exist kind of way, just like for comedy, and otherwise they're just like not even there.
yeah. The troublemakers, we've got Jesse, who is like the freshman who wants to be a film score composer, which made me think of Caleb.
He doesn't want to be a composer, he just wants to score films.
Well, like the same thing, isn't it?
It's definitely not.
I'm just gonna say it's the same thing.
Okay.
But it made me
It's
think of
not
Caleb.
a composing major, I don't think. And I don't think he wants to like take already existing music and add it to films.
Interesting.
And a film like composer, a film score composer actually like writes the music.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But you know what? He still slayed. So
Yeah. Very true.
um
He's really
he was
I
just a
don't
fun character
yeah, he is. I
and
love
love.
I love he and Becca's relationship. I think it's real cute, which is why everybody hated the third movie because they broke up and he wasn't even there.
Girl, I haven't even watched it yet.
Sorry, it's in the very beginning, so it's not really a spoiler.
Okay. I literally got the DVD box set right here from Half Price Books. Shout out to Half Price Books.
I love half price books.
And because I bought the first two a long time ago. Spoiler alert, let's spill some tea here on the podcast with my ex at Barnes and Noble. And I like bought the first two in a box set, and then I was like, I'll just buy the third one, but it was cheaper to get the third one in the trilogy than it was to just get the third one.
Wow.
So I don't know actually what happened to the one that I bought at Barnes and Noble like 3 months ago, but it doesn't matter. Bumper, he has such a big ego. Definitely not my fave.
No, I don't love him. I like him way more in the second film.
Yeah, agreed. Benji.
Every time I look at Benji, all I think of is Evan Hansen. It's the only thing I can see.
Yeah, he's not my fave. I'm not gonna lie. I just don't like Ben Platt that much.
Me either.
I haven't even watched the Dear Evan Hansen movie, and I have no really like want to watch it.
I
But
watched
yeah.
like half of it on a plane because it was like the only thing that they had available. And I only got through like 20 minutes and I was like, I am done with this. It is so bad.
Yeah.
Nobody watched the Evan Hansen movie. It's bad.
I have the DVD. I just haven't watched it yet because I don't want to put myself through that just yet. Yeah. So Benji, not my favorite.
No, definitely not.
We have Donald. He's the beatboxer and rapper. He's a fun time. I think he's kind of just funny because he's like
I think
so.
he's one of the more tolerable members of the Troublemakers.
Yes, I agree. There's like some other like characters that like aren't as important. Like the commentators are just adding their jazz.
You know what? I think John and Gail are some of my favorite parts of all the movies.
I agree. I think the second one, there's a line about being gay. She's like, I thought you were gonna say that you were gay or something like that. And I think that one was funny.
I do like that line. Um I think John being a misogynist as as an a cappella commentator, you know what? I didn't I think it's funny. Like I think what he adds is funny. And I'm not saying that it's good. I'm not saying that it was like needed, but I do think it was funny.
I agree. No, the commentators were great. Um, we've got Luke, who is like the radio station manager who plays the mixes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it just like there's a lot of characters in all of these movies, but so we just kind of talked about the main ones. But like plot wise, there's some good plot points in this movie.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna get right into it because it starts off uh where the Bellas lose to their rival because
Yes.
Audrey vomits.
Yeah. The vomit looks like beans and it makes me I hate looking at it.
I cringed. I turned it on and I was already cringing at the puke scene.
I hate the puke scene so much.
But it's funny.
It is funny. I just hate that I don't know. I don't know what was in that vomit, but it's not. Yeah. Also, who can conjure that much vomit? Like, who has that much in their stomach?
I honestly don't even want to know.
Yeah, maybe we should move on from this.
Then it like has a little flash forward to Becca arriving at the university, and her father basically is like insists that you like get an internship at this radio station because he like I don't know, their relationship is like really awkward, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah,
awkward parental relationship, which is always a fun time.
yeah, very, very true.
But
Yeah.
then she gets to know Jesse there,
Mm-hmm.
and we all know what comes out of that.
Yep.
Then at like the activities fair, she's invited to sing with the Bellas, but she's like, yeah, no, that's not for me. But shower time comes and Aubrey here, or no, I think it's Chloe. Chloe. They kind of look the same to me, not gonna lie. Just one has different hair. Chloe hears her singing in the shower, and then she's like, you should audition. And then this is where I cringe so hard because she goes to audition for them anyways, but she's late and she sings the cup song.
You know what? I like that scene.
I
Yes,
think
it's
it's cute. I just think it's cringy that that's the song that she chose.
yeah.
Because like I know how iconic it is because like we hear it all the time. I feel like the cup song is just like become part of our to day life.
It's very true. Yeah. Um. Yeah. No, it's definitely cringy, but it's iconic. So I don't know. It was 2012. Everything was cringy.
Yeah, it was so funny to me. Not gonna lie. Then we like they find out who's in the group. We've got like Cynthia, Stacy, Lily, Jessica, Ashley, Fat Amy, Denise. But then Jesse joins the rival group, the Troublemakers.
Yep. Yep. I don't know if I have much to say on that.
Yeah, neither do I. I feel like it was like kind of obvious who was going to get into the group and who wasn't.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen the movie probably like 5 times now, so.
Yeah, this was my first initial reaction. So then they go to like the regionals and they sing the same like melody apparently.
Yeah, they sing like the same Ace of Base song at every competition. Um, I don't know.
That's boring.
Yeah, if I sing the same song at every competition with, I mean, the way that ICHSA works is that you like choose 3 songs to put into your set, and then you perform that set. Um, but like using the same songs from last year, like the year before, that's so boring.
Yeah, and so like they somehow like got in like second place, so they went to semifinals. But then there was like a fight between the troublemakers and like the tone hangers.
Yeah. You know what? I love the acapellas. I think that is like one of my favorite parts of the movies when they're doing like their little sock puppet thing. I don't know. I found it super funny.
That one was so fun. I loved that. Then well, I'm like tired all of a sudden I'm yawning. They smashed the window and they with the trophy and then they arrest Becca.
Mhm.
Then they kind of have like a little bump in the relationship.
Yep. She gets like mad at him.
And then Aubrey is like, let's sing the same melody.
No, literally, Audrey, what are you doing? Like, girl.
And then she like, so Becca is like, no, can we like do something else? So then in the middle of this melody, she just starts singing Bulletproof.
Which is so cringe. Yeah. I don't have anything else to say. We
It
already
was
talked.
so cringy. I definitely not allowed. It definitely caused a lot of drama and I kind of loved it.
Yeah, that's true. But
And wait, what were you gonna say?
it definitely like I forgot that that actually happened in the movie. Like I've seen it before, but I'd never remembered that part. But like if someone had done that at a real like ICHSA competition, I think like I said this before, but that would have just been like so unprofessional.
Yeah, I thought that it was so funny. Up next, we cannot forget when like Aubrey gets really mad at this, and then she's like, "You've been hooking up with Jesse," which is like against the rules, and they all like did this little swear like in thing. Like if you hook up with one of them, like your vocal cords will get ripped out or something like that.
Yeah.
So then Becca kind of just snaps, which is so fun. The Bellas do not advance to the finals.
Nope.
But then Benji finds out like that Timothy is like a high school student, and then somehow the Bellas just end up advancing to the finals.
Yeah, because he was in high school, not college, and they like broke the rules by having him there. Um, but I love their Blame It on the Boogie. I think it's so fun. Also because Nightclub did Blame It on the Boogie last year, and I don't know. Every time I watch it, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the song that Nightclub did.
Yes, slay. um, so then like Chloe stands up against Aubrey. And then Becca returns and she's like, I'm so sorry for like ruining the set with that. And then she's like, can I please have a second chance? Then they like I think Becca comes back and then Aubrey like gives her spot on leadership to Becca. But
That's so
then
crazy. Imagine giving leadership to a freshman.
that was
That would,
crazy. That was a big move, big plot point.
yeah, that would literally never happen in any other acapella group.
Yeah, it was like I was kind of unexpected. I wasn't expecting it. I was maybe like thinking like the second movie or like third movie it might happen, but like okay,
Yeah.
go you. Um, so then we can't forget that Chloe has nodes, so she's able to sing the bass notes.
Yes.
But then Bumper gets offered a spot to be a backup singer for John Mayer.
I think, yeah.
I actually hate John Mayer, fun
Yeah, I
fact.
know.
Not just because of Taylor Swift, because there's this one song that they play at Six Flags all the time, and it is so annoying. It's just like my least favorite song ever.
I don't have any when I don't have super strong feelings on John Mayer. I lean more towards not liking him. Just
Yeah,
yeah.
I dislike him, one because of Taylor Swift, and then two because of that disgusting song that I have to listen to on a daily basis at work. And so then Jesse like tries to let Benji join in the performance, but they were like denied because of like, even though he had like a good audition, which is kind of weird that like sometimes you can have a really good audition and not get in, and that's
Yeah.
the tea.
Very true. The life of being a theater kid.
And so they at the finals they perform this a great piece of featuring "Don't You Forget About Me," which is one of my favorite songs, and I loved it. And so then Jessie and her kiss.
Yeah, I think I really like that scene.
And so they basically barely beat the Troublemakers. They win the national championship, and then it's like auditions will be taking place, and then it kind of leaves you hanging.
Yeah, and Becca's the leader of the group now, which is crazy.
It was a choice.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to give this movie like a 7 out of 10.
I mean, I think it's a classic. I say an 8.5 out of 10. I've seen it a lot.
Yeah, I think I definitely liked the second one more.
I did too. The second one, I don't know. I find it more entertaining.
Yeah, but I'll definitely talk more about that in my episode on the second one. But the second one is, I think, better than the first one. The first one was still really enjoyable, and it like for watching it for the first time, I think that it was good. I think the only thing that could have made it better was just like, I don't know. I don't know how it could have been better. I think it just they worked with what they got, and that was enough.
Yeah. I think this movie was definitely the thing that like launched more acapella groups. Like I think like acapella was obviously already like a thing, or this movie wouldn't have been made. But I think it popularized it a lot. And I'm pretty sure we didn't have an acapella group at my school until after this movie came out. So there you go.
Slay.
Yeah.
We had an acapella group at our school, but I'm not really sure what happened to them.
Oh no.
They kind of just like disappeared.
Yeah, I should get that up and running again.
Yeah, we should. I just don't think we probably have enough participation. So
Maybe not.
yeah. So that was Pitch Perfect. And so this is fun fact coming out. I'm releasing Pitch Perfect 1 and Pitch Perfect 2 episodes on the same day. It's like a little double feature. So you guys can go check out my episode on Pitch Perfect 2 right now and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all the places at That's So Matthew. Do you have anything you want to add, Norah?
Go follow Matthew. He's pretty cool.
Thanks.
Yeah,
and thank you so much, Norah, for coming on. I had a blast.
yeah, me too.
And of course, I'm talking about the second one with your bestie. So
Yes.
bestie Bethy.
And then I'm going to pick her up and we're going shopping.
Oh my God, love. Well, yeah, thank you so much, and peace out, everyone, and have a great day. Bye.
Bye.